let me give you, this is where we're going to use FTC2. We're simply we need to evaluate the definite integral, and let's go from 0 to 4, and let's do x to the 4th minus 6x dx, like so. Guys, notice that I put parentheses here. A lot of people do one of the two things. Forget to put dx, just write the integral, or forget to put the parentheses when the integrand is a polynomial, has more than one term. Okay? Please do remember to use proper notation. Okay, so this is not really challenging. What I really want to encourage you not to touch the calculator for this particular exercise. Do it without the calculator. Your TI-83 can evaluate definite integrals if you put the function in as y1 and you go to calculate menu and choose option 7. It asks you for the boundaries. I encourage you to use your brain rather than the calculator. So let's see how this works. We look at the antiderivative first. So let's write it, the integral from 0 to 4 of x to the 4th minus 6x dx. The antiderivative, x to the 4th will be x to the 5th over 5. 6x will have x squared over 2, like so. And we evaluate it from 0 to 4. So we're looking at x to the 5th over 5 minus 3x squared from 0 to 4. And now we put some numbers here. So what do we have here? To the 4th, x to the 4th, 4 to the 5th, I'm sorry, did I say to the 4th? 4 to the 5th over 5 minus 3 times 4 squared minus 0, so we don't have to worry about any other stuff. So, okay, first challenge. What is 4 to the 5th without a calculator? You're right. Did you hear what he said? He said 1024. How did you get to 1024? Okay. What is 4 in terms of 2? 2 squared, right? What is 2 squared to the 5th? 2 to the what power? Come on, you know that. 2 squared to the 5th power is what? Come on, give it to me. What is 2 times 5? So say it, guys. It's 2 to the 10th, right? 2 to the 10th is an important number. Let me change. How many bytes in 1 kilobyte? 2 to the 10th. Now, the prefix kilo in Latin is 1,000. There are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. There are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometers. But when this was adapted into computer or binary calculation, byte or 1 kilobyte was no longer, was approximated as a 1,000. 1 megabyte is approximated as 1 million byte, and so on. Gigabyte approximated is 10 to the 9th. It is not, however, exactly. And if you look carefully at the file size, you can see it in kilobytes or in megabytes, but you see in parentheses the exact number of bytes. And because we are using binary computation, it's easy to calculate everything base 2. We are used to base 10. Base 2 to the 10th is 1024. So 4 to the 5th is really 2 to the 10, and we don't need the calculator to calculate it. We'll write 1024 over 5. 3 times 16 is 48. Now, here's another thing without a calculator. We want to have a common denominator, right? 1024 minus what? What is 48 times 5? Well, 48 times 10 is 480. Half of it is 240. Again, mental math. And now you subtract. Okay? If I have to subtract 1,000 minus 240, the answer will be 760. I have extra 24, so it will be 784. I just gave you a little example of what is mental math, what mental math is about. And I have the story that a friend, we have problem using mental math. Some people say correctly that we became mentally lazy, which is really, really true, unfortunately. Now, you're in Calc 2, so again, you are well above average IQ, you have well above average IQ, and most of you are not mentally lazy when it comes to mental calculation. I'm not talking about lazy as a character flaw. I'm talking about as the tendency for us to calculate something that we can do quicker without touching even the pencil and paper, using our brain. The story goes like this, and tell me if I told you already. I don't think I told you last time. A friend of mine, American, born and bred, went to visit the Philippines by himself, and he saw a piece of jewelry, some kind of stuff that he wanted to buy to his wife back here in the States. And the vendor was 10, 11 years old kids, and he asked the kids, how much is each piece? They were like a set of 8, and the kid told him $12. Said, well, I want 8, and the kid told him, okay, it will be $244. And the guy kind of was embarrassed to show that, or didn't think much, gave him the $244 and went to the hotel. And only later at the hotel he realized that 12 times 8 is what? 10 times 8 is 80, 2 times 8 is 16, it's 96. So it cost him a pretty penny on something, because when he went through high school or even middle school, high school, college, he had the down TI-83 available to him all the time. But when you go to visit, to travel, you don't carry a TI-83 with you. You may have an iPhone with a calculator in there, but he felt embarrassed to check the kid, and the kid was, okay, here comes a rich, lazy American. I'm going to hit him for a pretty penny. Don't be mentally lazy. Mental math is important. After all, the brain is the most important